Okay, so I'm going to try to remind you how to use the my.hrw.com website to access your collections textbook work. So here's what I showed you the other day in class, and if you weren't here, then you missed it, so this is good that you can get it this way. Okay, this is the teacher one, so it'll look a little bit different from yours, but you will have student ebook up here at the top, and that's where I'd like you to go first. So click on that, and it's going to load. Now, this is the story that we did our practice with, that I would like you to start with. To get here, if it doesn't pop up, come over here on the left and click on where it says Contents. And if you're not where it says Collection 2 Animal Intelligences, then click on the back arrow, and it'll give you, and keep clicking on the back arrow if you need to, until you get to the different collections listed. Now we've done Collection 1, Facing Fear, and we've done Collection 6, What Tales Tell. So we're doing Animal Intelligence now. That was the next one you voted on. Click on that right arrow, and here you have the different stories that are located within Collection 2. You have your close reader article, you have Tribute to the Dog, Animal Wisdom, How Smart Are Animals, Close Reader. This is the one we're going to work on first. Can animals feel and think? Get my mouse back there. There we go. So you can click on that. And it takes you to the story. Now, I showed you how to use some of the tools so that you can answer the questions here. Just a quick reminder though, over here on your left toolbar, you have some of the important tools like Page View. Page View, you can set it up so that the pages run beneath each other and you can scroll down to get to the next page. You can set it up that way, that's fine. Oops, but if you go too far, it'll take you to the next few pages in the book. So just be careful of that and know that you could accidentally do that. Go back to Page View, and if you have a hard time reading the font, maybe because it's really small, you can use the slider, and as you turn the slider, it can get bigger and bigger so that you can actually see what you're doing. I'm going to put it right about here so that I can show you the tools. The other important tool that is here is the audio button. So if you click on the audio button.
Can Animals Feel and Think? Informational text by Deshawn Jones. Some people think that animals are just animals, and that they have nothing in common with human beings. A growing body of scientific research, however, suggests otherwise. Most scientists...
Okay, so that's how you can get it to be read for you in case you have trouble pronouncing any of the words. And you have a volume button here as well, a volume slider, so if you need to adjust that, you can do that. This slider at the bottom will only take you along the page that you are looking at present. In order to get to the next one, you either need to scroll or hit the button on the right, depending on what you're working on. So I'm going to take you, let's see, let's go back here. Okay, so we got these marks on here, the highlights and the underlines, by doing some clicking, because I do want you to attempt to answer these questions, and you can highlight and you can underline. So for instance, if you look at this first one, in your regular close reader workbook, I would ask you to actually use a highlighter and highlight the central idea in the first paragraph. And then I would ask you to use your pencil to underline the details that support the idea. Well, since we're doing this online, you can't really do that on your paper unless you have your paper one at home. That's fine. But this is the way I can actually see your answers. Okay. So I just clicked on the one that's already there, and you can change the color of the highlight. So I'm going to change it from yellow to pink or to blue, or you can turn it to an underline, but it said that we want it to be highlighted, so we're going to change it back to the highlight, I think. Uh-oh, what happened? Oh no, go back. Oh, there we go. Delete. Are you sure you want to delete this annotation? Yes, delete. Okay, now we can start over. Okay, so that's how you use that tool. Okay, so highlight. And then if you want to add a note, you can click on add a note, and you can type your thinking over here in this box. It helps if you click on it first. There we go. I do encourage you to look at what you are typing. Okay, that needs to be fixed. Oh, and I didn't get a capital letter to start my sentence, so let's fix that. There we go. Okay, now the other important detail, if you do type something up there, and if you want me to see that you've done the highlighting there, you must click down here at the very bottom where it says My Notebook. So click on that. Now you can see that it's been clicked on. And then click on the Save button. And now all of your notes show up here. Okay, so you can see that I just made some notes today. All the other notes that are on here are from Friday when we went over this together in class, the 13th. Okay? So when you get to a question that says in the margin, like that, no, we're not going to add it. Well, actually, we could do it that way. Add a note. Okay, so you're talking about the margin one. Okay, that's how you would add a note. You can also click on this button over here, and that takes it to there. We're going to add a note for this one. Go back. Oh, where'd it go? Add a note. There we go. And then you can type in your in the margin there, your paraphrase of each of the two central ideas. So that's how you can get that answer in, because you can't actually write in the margin of your computer. And you can see an underlined passage here and a highlighted passage here. Over here, we had another underline. Now for the next page, I'm going to go ahead and scroll down to get to this one. You will see that for this one where you would normally write in the blue box of your workbook, they've put a Q box here. You click on that and your answer would start going in here. I'd like to encourage you to please always reference your work, tell where you're getting the information, tell me the line numbers, or, well, give me the line numbers. Make sure to write in complete sentences, please. Okay? And again, make sure you click on My Notebook, and when you've clicked on it, then it's saved and I can see your answer, and I can provide feedback on that. Okay, next, what I'd like you to do is, we should be back here. Oh, okay, so we're done. Click on the little box over here for close, because you're done with that one. Make sure you answer the next few questions on here. You have your image here and another set of questions, another image to answer some questions on, and let's see, can we work on that one? Read and discuss, be sure to consider. So you're not necessarily going to be able to discuss this part, but you can write down some information to show your thinking. And then you have your short response opportunity where you cite text evidence. Again, click on the Q. And remember to click on Save to My Notebook, and then the X to clear out of it. In the next video, I wonder if there's one in the next story. Sometimes there will be a word You can click on that and you can have it pronounced.
Eavesdrop.
And then you have the definition. Okay, you can close that. And I don't think they have any of the think alouds here. When you come up to the little number here, you can click on that, and that gives you the information you would see there. And I do believe that's down at the bottom of the page. You can't scroll down though until you close the box. Oh, it's not. Okay, so yeah, that's good to make sure you click on those so you can see what those little footnotes are to give you more information about each one. And again, the definition of these terms are here.
Steak.
And it gives you the definition like you would see in the margins normally, or we would be writing those in normally. Okay, long story here. We're going to hold off on that one for a little bit. Okay. A lot of reading, so I definitely encourage you to use the audio button for these. Okay, and that's from the textbook. I will likely, if I assign one of those stories from the textbook, then what I will do is I will give you a document to answer the questions that I really want you to spend time on. Okay? So that was the next story. It took us straight from Can Animals Feel and Think to the textbook, the hardcover book, the black one. It says From Animal Snoops. Okay, and then there's another close reader there. And if I give you a writing assignment, you can find them in here, collection performance tasks, and that would be a full essay if I choose to assign that. You're certainly welcome to do them if you choose to. Okay? All right, so if you have any other questions, please message me or make some comments on the page below so that I can address those questions. All right, I hope this helps.